What if I told you that the man who revolutionized how we shop for clothes, who built a global fashion empire from nothing, started his journey not in a design studio in Paris or a boardroom in New York, but on the humble streets of post-war Spain as a delivery boy? This isn't just a story about fashion. It's a story about the unyielding power of vision, the relentless pursuit of an idea, and how a boy who couldn't afford basic necessities grew up to dress the world. This is the incredible, untold story of Amancio Ortega, the quiet king of fast fashion. His life began in 1936. In a small village nestled in the rugged landscape of northern Spain, a country still bearing the deep scars of civil war. This was not a world of glamour or opportunity. His father was a railway worker, his mother a housemaid. Their combined income was so meager that survival was a daily struggle. The sting of poverty was a constant presence, a harsh reality that would forever shape the young Amancio. One memory in particular became the catalyst for his entire life's work. He was a young boy, walking home with his mother from the market. He watched as she pleaded for credit at a local store, her head bowed in humility, only to be refused. They didn't have enough money for food. In that moment of searing shame and helplessness, a silent vow was forged in the heart of a child. He would never let his family experience such humiliation again. He would work, he would provide, and he would succeed. At the tender age of 14, he made a decision that would alter the course of his destiny. He dropped out of school, leaving the world of formal education behind, to enter the world of work. His first job was as a lowly shop assistant at a local shirtmaker called Gala in the port city of La Corduca. He was a delivery boy, a stockroom hand, anything and everything they needed. This wasn't a prestigious apprenticeship. It was a grueling, hands-on education in the trenches of retail. But for Amancio, it was his university. In that small shop, surrounded by bolts of fabric and the hum of sewing machines, he didn't just learn to fold shirts. He learned the intricate art of making them by hand, the delicate dance of needle and thread. More importantly, he learned to listen. He watched customers, absorbing their desires, their hesitations, their reactions. He saw what they gravitated towards, what they left on the rack. He began to understand the powerful, unspoken language between a person and their clothes. He realized that the secret wasn't just about making garments. It was about understanding the people who would wear them and giving them what they wanted precisely when they wanted it. This foundational insight, gleaned from years of quiet observation on the shop floor, became the cornerstone upon which his entire empire would one day be built. By the time he was in his 20s, the ambition that had been ignited years earlier was burning brighter than ever. He wasn't content to simply work for others. The lessons he learned at Gala had given him not just skills but a vision. He started a small-scale operation with his future wife Rosalia Mera, working out of their home to craft quilted bathrobes. They were simple items, but they were made with care, and crucially, they sold well. Ortega saw the potential. He recognized an opportunity to break free and build something of his own, something different. In 1963, he took a leap of faith, founded his very first company, Confecciones Goethe, initials of Amancio Ortega Gaona, spelled backwards. This was the genesis of his dream. He harnessed the local talent of Galician seamstresses, many of whom worked from their own homes, creating a cooperative-style network of skilled labor. This wasn't just a business model, but it was a community effort. Ortega's genius was in his ability to orchestrate the entire process. While his relatives managed the commercial and financial aspects, he remained on the ground, deeply involved in the creation. He wasn't just a manager. He was a product person, obsessed with developing the right styles and ensuring the production was as efficient as possible. He was building more than a clothing company. He was meticulously crafting a value chain, controlling every step from design to production, a radical idea at the time. For 12 years, he honed this model, supplying other retailers with his well-made, affordable garments. But the true revolution was yet to come. By 1975, at nearly 40 years old, Ortega was ready for his next, most audacious move. He was no longer satisfied with being a supplier. He wanted a direct line to his customer. He decided to open his own retail store. This store would be the physical embodiment of everything he had learned: speed, responsiveness, and an intimate connection with the consumer. He had a name in mind, Zorba, inspired by his favorite film, Zorba, the Greek. But when he went to register the name, he discovered a local bar had already claimed it. The sign had been made, the letters cast. Unwilling to waste the investment, he rearranged the letters he had. And so, purely by chance, a new name was born. Zara. The first Zara store opened on a central street in La Curoca, and with it, the world of fashion was unknowingly on the brink of a seismic shift. The core of Zara's success, the engine that would propel it to global dominance, was a concept that would later be coined fast fashion. Ortega's model operated at a velocity that was simply unheard of. While competitors planned their collections seasons in advance, taking months to move from a sketch to a store, Zara could do it in just 2 to 3 weeks. This wasn't just an improvement. It was a complete paradigm shift. The secret was a relentless focus on speed and control. Twice a week, every week, new items arrived in every Zara store around the world, creating a constant sense of newness and urgency for shoppers. A golden rule was implemented. New orders from store managers had to be placed within 48 hours, ensuring the entire system remained agile and responsive to real-time sales data. While the rest of the industry was chasing cheaper labor by outsourcing production to Asia, Ortega made a counterintuitive decision. He kept the majority of his manufacturing close to home, in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. This proximity to his main European markets was his secret weapon. It meant he could react instantly to a change in whether a new celebrity trend or feedback from the shop floor turning. A new design into a finished product hanging in a store before his rivals had even approved the samples. As his empire grew, encompassing brands like Pull and Bear and Massimo Dutti under the Inditex group, Amancio Ortega became one of the wealthiest men on the planet, at times even surpassing Bill Gates as the richest person in the world. Yet, the man behind the multi-billion-dollar fortune remained a complete enigma. In an age of celebrity CEOs and lavish lifestyles, Ortega chose a path of radical simplicity and privacy. He has never given a formal interview. Photographs of him were incredibly rare for decades. He wasn't a recluse, but a man who found comfort in routine and humility. His daily life was a testament to his character. He would reportedly start his day at the same local cafe in La Coruca, eating a simple breakfast of eggs and fries. For lunch, he wouldn't be in an executive dining room, but in the company cafeteria, sitting at a shared table with his employees, designers, warehouse workers, and office staff alike. His personal attire was his uniform, a simple white or blue shirt, gray trousers, and a nondescript blue jacket. He, the man who sold billions of dollars worth of fashion, almost never wore a suit or tie, and certainly not the designer labels his company competed against. He is described by those who know him as profoundly introverted and publicity shy. A man who believes deeply that success is the product of a team, a collective effort, not the grand vision of a single individual. He saw himself not as a tycoon, but as a part of the vast, intricate machine he had built. Amancio Ortega's story is a powerful testament to the American ideal, even though it unfolded an ocean away. It's a story of a man who faced poverty not with despair, but with determination. He built a global empire, not with an MBA, but with an education earned on the shop floor. He revolutionized an entire industry by doing something remarkably simple: listening to his customers and giving them what they wanted faster than anyone else. He is a rare and remarkable figure, a billionaire who shuns the spotlight, a fashion mogul who wears a simple uniform, and a visionary who proved that the greatest innovations can come from the most humble of beginnings. His legacy isn't just in the clothes we wear, but in the powerful reminder that with a clear vision, relentless hard work, and a deep understanding of people, anyone can rise from the most difficult circumstances to change the world.